All right. Welcome, everyone. Today is Wednesday, the 26th of June, and we are in week 6 of the release cycle. This is the APAC-friendly weekly meeting for the Kubernetes release team. My name is Akilos Koletis, and I will be the host. Please be aware that this is a Kubernetes community meeting. As such, it falls under the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which basically boils down to please be excellent to each other. Also, please be aware that this meeting is being recorded and will be publicly posted to YouTube. So please be mindful about what you say or do on camera. So with that, I don't see any discussion items in the agenda, so let's jump into the team updates with Sriram.
Hey everyone. So over the last week, we've been going through all the exception requests, and we received 5 of them in total, and one of them was rejected since it was kind of late when they submitted the request, and all the other 4 ones which were accepted have been tracked now. All the work related to those steps have been done, and we are at a total of 58 tracked enhancements, and only 4 of them have been removed from this cycle out of all the caps that we've received. And this week we are planning to start the outreach for code freeze. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Just one note from me. So for code freeze, there was a discussion yesterday on SIG release on Slack about maybe code freeze is a bit earlier than what it should, and there is a huge gap with test reach. So yeah, I have an update for this later. So let's get back to this. Cool, thank you. Any other questions for enhancements? If not, on to release signal.
Okay, hi everyone. I would like to give the update for SIG release signal. So currently our status is yellow. In the master blocking, we have one flag in the CI Kubernetes unit, but we have informed the SIG ABI machinery people for that. We also have another flag in CG Ghost Master default, but we have the SIG, we have alert SIG storage people on that as well. But another test script that's in the SIG testing kind test script, we also observed one of the failure, and we have informed the SIG network people, but that's not our focus at the moment. So just want to update with people. So in this week we will start to remind for next release on the next week as well.
Great, thank you. Yeah. Any questions for Wendy for release signal? Okay, if not, let's move on to docs. Is anyone here from docs for an update from the team? Okay, so this is the week with the docs PR placeholder PRs deadline. So yeah, I will follow up with the team afterwards about this. Okay. On to release notes with Amit.
Hey there. So the latest release, we have fixed one error which was there in the YAML file. There was an error where we used backtick but did not quote it, so kind of broke 1.31. So the PR has been fixed. The error has been fixed, as well as 1.31 alpha 2 has been released now, and it's in review.
Great, thank you very much, and thank you also for the fix on the release notes. Any questions for release notes? Okay, on to comms with Aid.
Yes, hello everyone. Our status is green, and we are currently working on the mid-cycle block for deprecations and removals, and we hopefully will get responses by this Friday. And we are also still reaching out to cap owners for their block opt-in. We currently have 8 caps that have opted in or have created placeholder PRs. And for the major teams outreach, we have completed that last week, and we will do a follow-up soon in the upcoming weeks for that. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Any questions for comms? Okay, if not, I don't see Miha in the call, but I see that the status is green from release branch management and Alpha.3 is scheduled for next week. Okay, on to Priyanka then.
Hey everyone. Only two things from me, nothing for this week, for the coming weeks. So, number one, I'm planning to set up the 131 mid cycle retro meeting during the week of July 8th. Uh, expect the meeting invites in the coming week for that. I think what I'll do is I'll set up a meeting at the time of the US time zone, and depending on if how big the agenda is, I might like have a two occurrence, one at APAC and one at US, but will default to the US time zones for now. Action item for everyone, please fill your any discussion items, anything you want to call out, shout out, discuss, maybe for the upcoming release teams, release cycles, put log those items in the retrospective document tagged, linked on in under my updates today. So that's one. Second one is I'm going to send out the mid cycles shadow survey. That would be again in the coming week. Please fill that form if you want to inform about your availability, anything, let's say changes in the next part of the cycle. Please make sure you let us know in that particular in that form with everything else that you want to call out. So that's all from me. Yep. Any questions?
Thank you, Priyanka. Wendy, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I just have a question. So in the upcoming, in the next 2 weeks, we will have code freeze. So according to the handbook, as I know that we will have like the burn down meeting daily during code freeze. So I just want to ask you guys like, what's that and what's our schedule for the burn down meeting?
Correct. I think the week or 2 weeks following to code freeze, we we schedule more frequent meetings. So right now we have the meetings on Wednesday, uh, closer to the time, closer to let's say the week of code freeze or 2 weeks to the code freeze. We will have meetings on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as Tuesday and Thursday as Slack sync updates. Basically, every day there will be a kind of follow up on what's the status of each subteam. Now, I know Angelos already mentioned that we are discussing we might move the code freeze by 2 weeks. So currently, I think it's July 10th, and we are discussing to move it to 27th of July or 23rd of July, something 2 weeks further away. Um, so expect, I think, if that happens, we'll have a meeting 3 times a week, like in-person meeting, on-call meeting 3 times a week with 2 times, I believe, Slack updates. But burn down here is just a meeting or a follow-up on the updates from teams. More on that from Angelos. And you want to add anything?
Yep. So for the for 3 times of the in-person meeting, like whether we will have like a meeting for APAC and a meeting for US people, or we only have like one time zone meeting.
No, I think like since it is working, APAC one is working, we'll do the same thing. We'll have a APAC meeting also on the same day, and then the agenda will then go to the US time zone as well. So we'll keep that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a. Is the burn down meeting going to be during APAC timings or more US friendly timings?
Both. So there every day, for example, there'll be a call on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So each day will have two occurrences, one falling in APAC and one falling at the US time zone.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Priyanka. And yeah, to the point of the code freeze deadline. So this is mostly my update for this week. There was a discussion yesterday. So SIG leads came to SIG release and said that, look, maybe code freeze is very early for the work we are supposed to be doing, which is a very valid point. There was a discussion, and I believe we would be adjusting this deadline by 1 week or 2 weeks. We'll be discussing about it. My comment is, we'll keep you in the loop. I'll let you know. I'll reach out to the Southern leads about this. So yeah, expect an update from me today or tomorrow at the latest. And that's pretty much it. Any questions for me?
Not a question, but like a plus one, I also agree with the idea of moving since everyone else feels they need more time to implement code, and we'll still have like enough time for solving in the test. So if everyone is on the line, like the people who are the major stakeholders of KK Repo, they are all agreeing to the idea. I think it's good to move at least by a week. But if they are saying 2 weeks, because I saw, I think 7 votes on Jordan's suggestion to move it to 23/7 or whatever is 2 weeks ahead of 10 July. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
And I just checked the original discussion in the timeline PR we had for setting up the 131 timeline. Don't see any discussion on the code freeze time there. Mostly no objections. So I don't think we had a problem earlier. It just nobody pointed out that time. So I think we are okay moving it ahead if people need more time. Plus one there. I'll also add my plus one to the thread.
Yep. Cool. Okay, so that's all. I don't see an update from SIG scalability, which is usually a good thing. Anything else Aaron would like to bring up in the recording? Okay, let me stop the recording. Bye, YouTube. If I can find the button.